who just pulled in?
I'm here camping at Aliner State Park in Central Jersey, and with great luck, Patrick from New Jersey Outdoor Adventures showed up here. So this is somebody I've been wanting to meet for a while because I watch his video. He's got a great channel.
Thank you for having me on your channel. We just did a tour of his trailer for New Jersey Outdoor Adventures. So as a treat for his viewers, I want to give you a tour of my van. This is a 1997 Airstream B190. Airstream built 1,384 of these vans from 1989 to 2000. They're all based in the Ford van. It's a Ford Econoline 350. And then throughout the years, there was different engine combinations. This is the V10, but
10 cylinder?
Yeah, 10 cylinder. Wow. So I get a whole 7 miles per gallon.
Yeah,
what I did is, it was quite dated. It was in really good condition. It lived in Arizona its whole life. I sent it to U-Joint Off-Road in Fletcher, North Carolina, and they did a 4-wheel drive conversion for me. The conversion starts about $22,000. I put 35-inch tires on it with a 6-inch lift, and the whole point was so I could drive it on the beach.
Yeah.
So, U-Joint made this really cool front bumper. I put rigid industry lights in it. Vantage Optics upgraded headlights because they were dull, they were all yellowed. It's got a front hitch receiver. I got an onboard air compressor, ARB, so I got quick disconnect in the front and rear.
You air down when you go into the sand?
Yeah, air down, I can pump. I didn't put the winch in yet. Everybody.
I have a bicycle pump.
There you go. Well, everybody comments about me not putting the winch in yet. I'll need it when I need it.
I'll just stand next to that thing. How tall are you?
I'm 5'9", and the van is 10'10".
Yeah.
And I got air conditioning, rooftop air conditioning, 11,000 BTU. I got 230 watts of solar on the roof. I got the Zamp solar. I only have one absorbed glass mat Group 24 series battery, 80 amp hour.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot. It's just, I'm pretty heavy. I'm about 10,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So I got to be mindful of my net carrying capacity.
Yeah.
I'll show you inside in a second.
Sure.
I just want to show you, I got Rigid Industries scene light. The top is fiberglass, so they just bought a regular cargo van and cut the roof out and then put the fiberglass top on. It allows you to stand up when you get inside.
Yeah.
I added rear air suspension, so I could tune in the suspension depending on my load. So if I have a full freshwater tank, I could pump some air in there just to give the ride a little bit better.
How many gallons do you carry, Patrick?
20 gallons of freshwater tank. So it's not a lot, but average shower for me is 3.5 gallons per shower.
Yeah.
So I could definitely go.
It's like 160 pounds of water, yeah.
This is original paint. So this was not repainted. The top was just bare fiberglass. I had that wrapped in vinyl.
It looks, the finish looks remarkably good compared to your videos. It really stands out in life. It looks much better.
And I got a freshwater tank fill. There's a stainless steel door.
I like that.
6-gallon water heater with direct spark ignition. Outside electrical outlet. I have to plug into shore power to use this or start my generator. I have an Onan gas generator.
To use the heater?
To use this electrical outlet, the air conditioning.
Yeah, okay.
I do have a 1,000 watt pure sine wave inverter, so I have some dedicated outlets inside for that.
That's a lot of juice.
This is the Luminous rear bumper with their spare tire swing arm and the bike swing arm with two one-up bike racks up top. And I bought this van so I could go biking as well.
Yeah.
So it's great for day trips.
Oh, it's a really nice rack. Jeez.
And it's all aluminum, powder coated, so it's a lot lighter than the steel would be. It's got a rear trunk back here so I can put my power cord in there. These doors give me access to some of my equipment I need for biking, like tools in here.
Yes.
And there's also bike equipment for pumping up the tire to air hose. I can hang my hiking or biking shoes from here. Right now I'm in the middle of a bike ride, actually going to a bike ride, so I got a lot of my gear up front. Then I made these curtains that zip up. These are a copy. I copied what Airstream does with the base camp trailer, Sunbrella material.
Yep.
And then I have an outdoor shower with quick disconnect, but I do have a full bathroom inside. But it's nice to be able to hose things off from back here.
Sure.
And then I have an access panel so I can get to plumbing if I need to. Then the helmets just hang right up so they could dry.
It's like a toy chest.
Yeah, the battery's underneath here. And then
You didn't go for a bike thing storage inside?
Well, I bought an existing motorhome floor plan, so
Okay.
I didn't modify it other than
Yeah.
upfitting and
Yeah.
making it a little bit nicer. And then I got the luminous ladder, so I could get on the roof to gain access, not to hang out, but to clean the solar panels off.
You can stand up there. It'll support you?
I crawl.
Yeah.
I get nervous. It's an old motorhome,
Yeah.
so I distribute my weight.
Yeah, okay.
I have the waste discharge for black and gray back here. City water connection with water pressure regulator. Power connection, it's a 30 amp, 125 volt. And then it's protected in this metal box like all the fittings. So if I had a blowout or hit something.
Yeah.
It's a leaf spring front and rear suspension. I got plenty of ground clearance. There's a propane.
Yeah, what is your ground clearance, do you know?
I have to the lowest point, which is always your rear diff. It's 14 inches, but
Wow.
the rest of the body's up pretty high.
And my trailer is 10 inches high, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty high. It was a lot of bins you could put under there. This is the original refrigerator vent. It had an absorption style refrigerator, which is kind of like an older way that RV refrigerators
Propane,
work.
is that?
Yeah, it used to be. I switched it out to a compressor refrigerator, which doesn't need this vent anymore, but the hole's there. So
Yeah.
basically it's just a vent that's not necessary.
Yeah.
This compartment opens. I don't have the key to lock it on me right now, but this flips down and there's wheel chocks and ramps inside and the onboard compressors in here. This is where the generator is. I have a remote start inside.
And where is that propane or?
This is gasoline. Runs right off the gas tank on board. It's a 30-gallon gas tank.
Where does that exhaust?
This pipe right here.
Okay,
A
okay.
little tiny one.
Yeah, okay.
And then I had the whole bottom rhino lined.
Wow, yeah.
There used to be stickers all over it, and when we peeled them off, the paint came off with it, so this was the next best thing. I'll show you inside.
Okay, great. How long a project was this?
Well, it was already a pretty decent motorhome when I bought it.
Yeah.
But it took me a full year to get it to where it is now, and I've been using it for a full year since then.
Yeah.
This is my recovery cabin. It just has a lot of the equipment I need in case of emergency. Even I put this here.
Good, yeah.
And then I handmade these canvas pouches. I waxed them. I got ratchet straps here. These are all things that you might need on the fly.
Yeah.
First aid kit, fire extinguisher. And then,
that is the cahoot on these things. You know, it's a completely customizable environment. You know, it's totally customized. All right, well,
on inside.
yeah, all right, thank you. Okay.
So this is, I changed that. I used to have a jackknife sofa inside, and I switched it out to a bench that once the table slips out, it's a gaucho and slides flat. So I have 48 inches by 78 inch bed. It's quite comfortable. These cushions are stock cushions for a brand new Airstream trailer. I just found the trailer that had the right size that would fit. I sewed in the curtains. This is a canvas curtain. These are also insulated.
You did the sewing yourself?
I did. I learned how to sew. I
Sewing
went
machine?
to Sailrite is a YouTube channel, and they sell a lot of products, but they also show you how to do them all.
Great.
This is a lagoon table, and this swings around. This chair swings around, so I could swing the table to it.
Okay.
And then this table lowers down.
Nice.
Nice.
Great.
Up top, there's another bunk, so you could sleep 4 people in here. Not that anybody would ever want to sleep.
I kind of
4
like
people,
it, you know.
but this slides out this way. All right, and I'm 5'9". I have to sleep diagonal.
Yeah.
It's really for kids.
Yeah.
But you could get 2 adults up there in a pinch if you needed to. I got a Max Air fan.
Yep.
I have a locker so I could store things in here.
It's welded in, I assume.
I bolted it into the frame.
I don't want to give away the security secrets, but
it's just an extra line.
Yeah.
And then I got, additional storage
A lot of
here.
shelves,
LED lights, I just don't like them. I swapped out the old incandescent. They're just so bright in here. I use this one light for the whole entire coach.
Yeah, I like the warm white, not the cold white. But,
and then I have all my kitchen supplies in here. Yeah, I had the raised panel. The original doors were all slab, but they were warped for being 22 years old, so I had a raised panel. I put canvas in the middle. This is the air conditioning, 11,000 BTU. It has electric heat, but it also has a forced header propane furnace, 16,000 BTU. I got a leaf extension here. This is where all my utensils are.
Yep.
Now, I don't live in this. I'm a weekend warrior.
Yep.
So And then I integrated a waste pail. So this cabinet I split in half for outside, half for inside. Little magazine rack here, an inverter switch, dedicated inverter outlets.
Okay. Do you use much AC power other than computer? Or?
That's really it.
Yeah, me too.
I've used this a lot this year. I only put 2 hours in the generator and only run this air conditioning one night.
Yeah.
So out of the 50 nights I've been in it, really not a lot. The floor is Pergo floor on top of insulation.
Yeah.
And then, you know, all the drawers are, there's a lot more storage than you really need in here.
Yeah.
I have the inverter in this cabinet. It's even got a double sink.
Nice. That's I miss my sink. My sink is smaller than one of these.
And then I upgraded the faucet. You know, more kitchen storage. This is a cool cabinet. I like the clean thing. I like everything clean, so I have all my cleaning stuff in here.
Good.
This has internet. I have 4G internet through AT&T.
Wi-Fi hotspot?
It's unlimited data with no throttle down for $1 a day, but it's only for the first year. They switched the contract after that. That's AT&T.
So what is the device? It's just like a Wi-Fi hotspot? It's warm.
Yeah, it's warm because it's running right now. I have full internet here. It also has a GPS locator. If the van got stolen, I could track it down.
Yeah.
I could start the generator from in here. I could turn the water heater on from in here.
Do you have an auxiliary antenna for Wi-Fi?
So there's an antenna on the roof. It looks like a shark's fin.
Okay.
That
it's not one of those boom mast things.
This is full internet in here. I'm connected to Wi-Fi right now on my phone.
Yeah.
And then more curtains up here for this slider window.
Yeah.
You know, the disadvantage is I'm not tall enough to see out of some of these windows.
Yeah.
But it works well. And then I got cooktop ventilation that goes outside. I got a full 3-burner cooktop and a gas oven. I use this gas oven 3 nights a week. I bring it to work and I cook my food in it. I don't use microwaves.
Yeah, I don't use microwaves. Yeah.
And I made this cabinet for, you know, towels and toiletries. This is the Nova Cool refrigerator I installed. There's really nothing in it except for this to keep it dry.
Yeah.
And then there's recovery tools down here in this compartment, like the jack tools, gloves, and a rain suit.
Yeah.
Dry erase board. This is
dry rice board.
Erase board.
A whiteboard. Yeah.
These are all the people that are going to be on my channel soon. This is just coffee supplies. That there's way more storage in here than you need.
Yeah.
And then back here is the full wet bath.
Wow,
So,
this is great.
I got a sink back here, full shower, the curtain pulls all the way around. So the cabinets don't get wet when you're showering. It's got a regular shower wand, a porcelain toilet.
Wow. That's a flush toilet water?
Yeah. So it's got a black holding tank.
Yeah. How big is a holding tank?
The holding tank's 8 gallons. It's small for the black, and then the gray is about 18.
Okay.
And then I have this Rigid Industries scene light for working on the bike outside, but when I close the doors at night, this becomes the vanity light because you get shadows from the overhead light.
Yes.
So it just reflects in.
Yeah, ambient.
And then this is my full wardrobe. Everything just fell down.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a hanging wardrobe rod up top here. Then I got a laundry basket. Yeah, when you hit bumps,
things fly.
Things fly around.
Yeah.
But there's a laundry basket below.
Okay.
And then I could get to it from here, and the toilet paper stays dry.
Okay, it's clever, right?
Yeah.
Completely customizable, exactly what you want.
Yeah, if you want to switch spots so they can see the front a little bit better, I'll squeeze by.
And I just want to get a shot of the bathroom with nobody in it. Yeah. Wow. And this is really, now this is how Airstream sells it, or you?
Yeah, I just modified some of the finishes. I modified the sofa, the flooring, upgraded the cabinets, and all the appliances. But really, this was it. Yeah. And they got if you go to B190.com, B190.com, it's like a group. It's a forum for B190 owners. We also have a Facebook group too. That you could check out, B190 there.
Well, you know, information is just great, right? I love it. Wow. Hey, what?
But and then one more thing I want to show you is this flips down, and then I have all the bedding in here, comforters. I put these containers. So this compartment made the perfect size to slide these in. So when you're done sleeping for the day, you can put everything away.
Very nice.
And close the compartment.
Okay. Great.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm sure Yeah, there's a lot we missed. I have a full tour on my channel. If you
Yeah,
go to
what
New
channel is that? Yeah.
It's New Jersey Outdoor Adventures, and we have a pretty big following and really a lot of videos of van life. Different people I meet from on the road. You'll see Cosmo's video uploaded pretty soon, but a lot of people I meet on the road, they give tours of their homemade camper vans or existing camper vans and the modifications, so definitely check us out.
It's a great resource. I learned a lot of things in there watching what other people do, right? It's all about the information exchange, so it's really good.
Yeah, I have a full-time job, but this is just a hobby for me. I love meeting people and seeing what they've done to their RVs.
It's a blast. It really is a blast. If you want to live, this is a way to have fun. Now, you don't, your trips, what's your longest trip that you've been out?
A couple nights. I'm at my dealership where I work 50 to 55 hours a week, so... and we're in the middle of a move right now, so it's really hard to get away for a long time. But I would love to just hit the road at one point in my life and just go out for a month or two, or maybe longer than that, because being in this van for the amount of nights that I've been in it on several occasions, I could see that this is totally doable for me. And it's just me. I don't have kids. I'm not married. So, I could hit the road and pack everything I need in here and not really miss anything.
I did 18 days up in the Adirondack. I just loved it. It was just the middle of nowhere. And this is a great, this guy is ready for anything, this van. It's like you're ready for the apocalypse, Yeah,
I know a lot of people confused. Like, they think this is built for, like, off-road. Yes, it can be out in Colorado or Arizona, but in New Jersey, all the trails and the woods, the branches are way too low.
Yeah.
So I don't have
and you're dealing with sand, beach sand.
The beach I could do.
Yeah,
but,
good.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on. I'm sure,
well, let me ask you, you've had this for a while. Is there anything you would do different?
If I was to do this again, I think what I would do is I would swap out the countertop, and I could still do that, and do solid surface. Again, I have to be mindful of weight. And instead of these double, shallow sinks, I would just get a one deep bowl sink.
Yeah, sink is necessity. Yeah, that's great.
I would definitely do that. If money wasn't an object, I would take that generator out, because I don't use, and I got to change the oil, and I got to start it once a month. And I would put a lithium-ion battery bank in there, and I'd get about 800 to 1200 amp hours.
What about cold? Lithium ion down below 20 degrees, you can damage the batteries if you're not,
Yeah, you have to be mindful. Sometimes in that situation, some people have absorbed glass mat batteries as another option. You could switch between the two.
Yeah.
Turn and disable these off if it's too low in temperature. But I would definitely consider that. That compartment can fit. I measured it, lithium ion, so it might be an upgrade I could do later on as the price goes down and as the technology for the RV application gets a little bit better.
I called Battleborn. They were talking about future batteries that'll have heating built in, but I didn't like the idea that it would use your own battery wattage to heat it. That like a heating pad.
Yeah, the ones that I have now, they do have a second battery bank of absorbed glass mat just to heat the batteries.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, hey, great stuff. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you.